Yeah. So see here the mountains generally, as we know very well about the mountains. So here generally we can see the different type of land features on mountains. So where a mountain is a conspicuous island, high land with small summit areas. So as we know, the mountains are the high elevated regions on the earth crust. Yes. So they are the high elevated regions on the earth crust. So they are highly exposed on the earth surface. So it has a conspicuous, it is very clear, conspicuous highlands. So with a small summit areas. In the study of mountains, we come across the whatever it contains, mostly the terms such as comes under cordillera and system, range, group, chain, etc. These are the major terms we are mostly used in the mountains: cordillera, system, range, group, and chain. So has a highland mostly which has been composed of a large number of mountains. It is composed of a large number of mountains without definite arrangement. Yes, without there is a definite arrangement is known as mountain. So generally, the mountains which is composed of it is composed of a large number of mountains. Large number of mountains without a definite arrangement. As we see, the mountains there is no proper arrangement. There is no meaningful arrangement. So that is without a definite arrangement is known as mountain. So it means they are the irregular forms on the earth crust. They are the irregular forms on the earth crust which is known as a mountain. So generally a mountain group mostly which has ranges consist of a mountain arranged in a long narrow belt. So these mountain ranges consist of a mountains arranged in a long narrow belt. So these mountains mostly they are arranged in a long, so far distances, a long and narrow. They are not broad. So they are very long and narrow belts. Such mountains mostly we can see are closely associated in the age and origin. They are closely associated in their age and origin. So as the mountain system consists of many ranges and groups of all which are related to the age and mode of origin. So where the mountain systems are mostly independent. Yes, where the mountain system is independently in age and origin occur in more or less parallel rows, they may be called as mountain chain. So if the mountains are individual, they are the separate. Some mountains are individual or independent mountain ranges. Mostly they are age in separate age in origin, which are occur more or less parallel rows. They may be called as mountain chain. So generally, as the cordillera is a combination of chains, mountain chains are the which are parallel and independent, which are called a mountain chain. But whereas where the cordillera is a combination of chains, a group of chains or systems and ranges in one general portion of a continent is called as cordillera. So the mountain chain is a individual one which can parallel one or more or less parallels are there which are called a mountain chain. But cordillera is a group of chains or the combination of chains, the combination of systems, and the combination of ranges in one general portion, which is called as continent, which is within the continent. So generally, the mountains are very differ in their mode of origin and life histories. Generally, the mountains are very differ in their mode of origin. So mode of origin means how they are going to form. Origin of the mountains is quite different, and the life history is also. One may be eruptive or volcanic. One may be eruptive or volcanic, resulting from the extrusion of the lavas and their accumulation, or they may be the result which was going to be intrusion of an igneous body into other formations that being eroded away from these. So here the igneous activities or the igneous mass after it is cooled and hardened, leaving it standard out of as the hill or mountain. Still other may be the result of direct uplift of above the surroundings region. So this is the mountain, so the quite differ in their mode of origin. So it may be there is eruptive mode or volcanic resulting. So as we know, the volcanoes it brings it brings the huge material on the earth surface, which is called as lava. So it means the mountains ranges or mountains are origin or mountains are formed by the various activity. That is why the origin is it is not definite origin. There is a various ways to form the mountains. One way is there are several ways. In one way, due to the volcanic eruption. Yes, as we know, the volcanic eruptions are the process of magmatic material which pour on the earth surface, so which results the volcanoes. So due to these volcanoes they are going to form due to the volcanoes the huge material is going to pour on the ground, so they lead to a high elevated region. They lead to highly elevated region. So in order to formation of these, this is one way of, and another way is due to magmatic intrusion. So when the magmatic body has intruded into the pre-existing rocks or pre-existing surfaces, so there is a chance to formation of there is no chance to formation of mountains, or the uplifting due to the earth movements, due to the tectonic movements. Sometimes due to the tectonic movements the earth crust or basins are going to be uplifted towards upward direction. So it results mountains are going to form. It results the mountains. So in various ways there is a scope to form of mountains due to the volcanic eruptions, due to the magmatic activity intrusion, or due to the tectonic movements. All these together, they are going to result to form the mountains. So that is why very common to see. So the mountains are the formed also as the result of the folding or tilting of blacks produced by faults. It is also another way to form the mountains due to the result of folding or tilting. Folding means the bending nature, the undulations. So up and down elevations are going to form in the rock formations due to the result of folding and tilting of blocks produced by faults. So which is also a way to form the mountains. So but the great mountain belts girdling the earth to over their origin mostly the primarily to massive distributions and the disturbances are occurred due to these ones of bedrocks. So the term mountain building very commonly used in geology applied to certain is applied to a creation of large elongate highlands. So mountain building activity or mountain building is a term which can indicates the a large elongate highlands by large scale deformation or folding or faulting and metamorphism. So the term mountain building is a very commonly used in the geology to applied to creation to create it is applied to creation of a large mass which is going to be elongate means to what you can call it to elevation, to large elongate or elevated elevation of islands. So highlands they are very high means from the surface of the earth or from the earth crust they are somewhat height. So in what way we can see these elongation of islands by a large scale deformations, or these are the very large scale deformations. So deformation means already they are, once they are formed, they are going to disturbances. Formations are disturbed, we can call it as deformation. So deformation or folding, either may be folding, either may be faulting, or it may be metamorphism. So the term orogeny has essentially the same meaning as mountain building. So the orogeny is also same as it is mountain building activity. So these effects of various which has occurred in the various process of maintenance. So in order to, it means the mountain building activity or orogeny. Orogeny is also process of eruption of lava, eruption of magmatic material, or pouring of magmatic material on the earth surface is orogeny or volcanoes. Orogeny is nothing but volcanoes. So they are very quite similar to the mountain building process or mountain building activity. So there are different ways to form the mountains. So the origin, that's why the origin of mountains is quite different. So there are several ways to form the mountains. As we've seen, due to the due to the volcanic activities or eruption of magmatic material on the earth's surface, the mountains are going to form. Due to the magmatic intrusion, magmatic intrusion results as mountains are going to form, or maybe what we can call it as the huge mass which has been due to the folding. So the result of folding and faulting or tilting of faulting and folding and tilting of blocks produced by fault are also takes place mountains and the mountain building activities as it is as the same as orogeny. These are all going to the results to formation of mountains. Then classification of mountains will followed by next class. Yeah, it's time. So the classification of mountains we will see in the next class. Okay. Yeah, my class is over. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.